Chapter 11. Income Inequality and Poverty. Income inequality is the unequal distribution of an economy's total income among households or families. There are three main ways to measure income inequality. First is the distribution, percentage of households by income category. Second is the distribution of income across quintiles, 5 groups with equal number of people in each, ordered by income. Third is the Lorenz curve and the Gini ratio. The Lorenz curve plots cumulative percentage of income receivers versus cumulative percentage of their income. The Gini ratio is a numerical measure of the overall dispersion of income. Consider distribution of income by quintile in the U.S. in 2006. The lowest 20% of population received only 3.4% of total income, with the highest income in this group being just over $20,000. The second quintile, second 20%, received a total of 8.6% of total income, and in this group the highest income was less than $40,000. The middle quintile received 14.5% of total income, and the highest income in this group was $60,000. The fourth quintile received 22.9% of total income, with a highest income of just below $100,000. Finally, the highest quintile received 50.5%, more than half of total income. We can represent these quintiles on the graph, plotting percentage of households, 20, 40, 60, etc., on the horizontal axis, and the percentage of income each group gets on the vertical axis. Thus, we obtain the Lorenz curve, actual income distribution. We can compare it to the perfect equality, which would be represented by a 45-degree line. The more curved is the Lorenz curve, the more unequal is the income distribution. Gini ratio measures exactly that. How far is actual distribution from perfect equality? It can be computed as the ratio of area A between the 45-degree line and the Lorenz curve to the sum of areas A and B, or the area below the 45-degree line. As an extreme, complete inequality will be at the point when a small percentage of households gets 100% of total income. Over some period of time, income receivers move from one part of the income distribution to another. This is called income mobility. For most income receivers, income starts out relatively low, reaches a peak during middle age, and then declines. For many, low income and high income are not permanent conditions. Government taxes and transfers are designed to reduce the inequality, move the Lorenz curve closer to the 45-degree line. There are many causes of income inequality, such as ability. Because mental, physical, and aesthetic talents differ across people, people are compensated differently. Individuals also differ significantly in the amount of education and training, including on-the-job training. There may also be discrimination in education, hiring, training, and promotion. Preferences for market work relative to leisure, market work relative to work in the household, and types of occupations determine individuals' choices and affect their income. People differ in their willingness to assume risk, which may also lead to different income. Unequal distribution of wealth generates inequality in income. Market power in labor and product markets generate inequality. Finally, luck, connections, and misfortune contribute to inequality. In the U.S., inequality has been rising since 1970. Causes of growing inequality include greater demand for highly skilled workers, demographic changes, international trade, immigration, and a decline in unionism. There is a tension between the goals of equality and efficiency. The proponents of equality argue that an equal distribution of income maximizes the total consumer satisfaction or utility for any particular level of output and income. A counterargument is that inequality is closely linked to incentives and efficiency, and that income distribution is important in determining the amount of output or income that is produced and available for distribution. To demonstrate how equality maximizes overall utility, consider an example of Anderson and Brooks. Suppose that initially Anderson makes $2,500 and Brooks makes $7,500. Suppose after redistribution they each make $5,000. Anderson's utility gain is clearly larger than Brooks' utility loss. Thus, the sum of their utility is higher with equal income distribution. The equality-efficiency trade-off is the decrease in economic efficiency that may accompany an increase in income equality. Greater income equality, achieved through income redistribution, comes at the opportunity cost of reduced production and income. Greater production and income comes at the expense of higher income inequality. Poverty is a condition in which a person or family does not have the means to satisfy their basic needs for food, clothing, shelter, and transportation. Poverty in the U.S. is measured by the poverty rate, the percentage of population living in poverty, that is, below the official poverty income levels established by the federal government. In 2006, the poverty rate in the U.S. was 12.3%. The poverty rate varies across population groups. Since the 1970s, the poverty rate has been stable. In 2006, the official definition of poverty was annual income below $9,800 for a single person, below $20,000 for a family of 4, and below $26,800 for a family of 6. Using this definition, 12.3% of the total population was below the poverty line, with very different poverty rates across demographic groups. For example, the highest poverty rate was among female householders. The poverty rate among African Americans and Hispanics was a lot higher than among Asians and whites. The poverty rate among women was higher than among men. Full-time workers and married couple families had the lowest incidence of poverty. A widely accepted goal of U.S. public policy is to help those who have very low income. Income maintenance programs are designed to reduce poverty, and they consist of two kinds of entitlement programs: social insurance and public assistance. Entitlement programs are government programs that guarantee particular levels of transfer payments, or non-cash benefits, to all who fit the program's criteria. Social insurance programs include Social Security, Medicare, and unemployment compensation, while public assistance programs include Supplemental Security Income, SSI, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, TANF, food stamps, Medicaid, and the Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC.